Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Short Cute Cooking. This is Chef Joanne. I'm finna do a real quick lunch. So today is a no meat day. That's a whole nother story about why it's a no meat day for me. But I had some leftover squash, zucchini, mushrooms, onions, and I had some leftover potatoes. So would it been a no meat day? I was like, well, why don't just make something with what I got left? So we're gonna do a ratatouille stuffed bell pepper with, I said bell pepper with cheese. A stuffed potato with cheese. Um, I like to start using oil. This is like just regular vegetable oil I put in my container. My favorite butter, milk. I love this because it actually tastes like regular butter. And we're gonna need a spoon. Now I had the zucchini for my other no meat day. I'm doing two no meat days out the week. I said 2 no meat days. I said 2 no meat days and 2 fish days.
Okay.
I did not say no 3. I said 2. You pushing it now. Now I'm using the butter for flavor, and I'm using the oil, depending on how long I want to saute my vegetables. It keeps it from sticking and burning. So if you guys was wondering why I was using 2 types of oils to saute with. Now the potatoes, I could have put it in the microwave. I don't like microwaves like that. So I'm just warming it up the same way I cooked it. Just putting in some boiling water with some salt in it real quick. You see my cute bowl? I'm gonna use this baked potato bowl. I got a baked potato bowl. I got this cute bowl from the Goodwill. It's a little perfect for a baked potato. I don't even know why I put the butter up because I'm gonna put some. You know what I'm gonna do? Because that is kind of a lot of butter. I'm not making that many. Just want to make sure I get. I'm gonna use the rest of that butter on my actual potato. Now this is like when I show you guys how to redo, what I call it, when we actually do something different with the leftovers. So this is the same concept. It's just we're gonna do. This is for people who are plant-based, vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian. Now I don't know how y'all breathers do it. I haven't really figured out how to cook up a nice cup of air. I'm working on it. Get back to me on that one. So I'm allergic to tomatoes, so I never use tomatoes in my ratatouille. I always substitute it with another vegetable. I got mushrooms. Like last time with I got mushrooms. Now I'm not putting the sauce on it because I'm putting it in the potato. So it's basically just sauteed vegetables with cheese in the potato, in the boiled potato. You know what, it tastes good in there, and I just thought about it.
Bacon.
You see my some who?
Bacon.
It's a no meat day. Why would you say bacon? God, you're a fucking asshole. Roasted red bell pepper. You see, you know the ones I get in the jar?
I haven't seen this.
You haven't? Looked in the refrigerator at all? So what's going to bring out the flavor, I just thought about this. It's roasted red bell peppers. Oh my God, this is going to be good. And I got these from the dollar store. They're not $1 anymore, but it's still better to get it from there than any other store. So we're just going to saute all the vegetables together. Now you can still make it like regular ratatouille. Put your tomato sauce in after it's done. Mix the tomato sauce with it and let it warm up a little bit. You can still do that. But with me being allergic to tomatoes, anytime I can omit using tomatoes, my substitute for tomatoes is the red bell peppers. Now I might have to cut these. Can you hand me a saucer? Because they got these in strips and not cubes. Who keep putting this ugly knife in the drawer? I hate this knife. I told her to put her stuff back up. I don't want to use this ugly knife with this stupid ridges. Rinse this off. Rinse it off. You got chili on it. This is like the beginning of how you do how I would start, like if I want to do an omelet. So I got some green onions, the ones I've been growing. I didn't feel like cutting a whole huge onion. Now for extra flavor, you could add some minced garlic, chopped garlic. It's all in what you like. Is this the fork I just got out? What's it off from me? I think that's the fork I just got out. I'm actually working off of just pure energy of nothing to eat this a whole day. I don't see how y'all do it. I'm used to eating meat. I get up and have me a BLT in the morning. And then for breakfast, a big meat sandwich. And then for dinner, some more meat. I can't say going without meat for a day or two. I'm trying to get my energy back on schedule. My sleeping pattern is off and everything since I moved. So I'm figuring changing my diet and changing my sleep habits so I can get back on schedule. And I could do lose a few pounds too, so I ain't gonna hold you. So I'm doing just 2 days with no meat to see if I can bring my energy level back up. Cause everybody who eats meat know that meat, the amount you eat, what time you eat it, it does weigh you down. It does give you the itis. So I'm gonna start off with 2 days a week. I'm not going 100% vegan or vegetarian. I love duck bacon too much to just leave it. We've been together for a long time and I love them. They say it's just you with, yes, that's one with. Those are the roasted red peppers. You don't have to cook these as long as, depending on how soft you want your vegetables. Like if you want them really soft, cook them for a longer time. But you still want them crunchy, just heat them up to get them brown a little bit. That smells good, don't it? We need smell-o-vision. This smells really good. So we got a new place and the stove still sucks, just so you know. It is tilted. I think it's this back piece needs to be lifted up because everything is getting tilted at an angle of this way. And it's so irritating. So while this sauteing, this one, I'm like, this one is taking forever. This is the reason I didn't eat this one yesterday. Because it was super hard still. Like, this one just super soft. So, while we're waiting on that to get done, it's just like you would do with any other baked potato. Like if you stuffed it, we did the bacon wrapped shrimp with steak potato. And just so you guys know, if you get those little green pot scrubbers and clean the potato off before you cook it, it tastes completely different from just washing it off real quick and throwing it in the pot. These brown spots going here can come off. If you got time to just scrub them real quick to get them light skinned, it gives it a completely different taste. With me having 1,000 things to do, I rinse these bugs off and throw them in my pot of salt water. But when I do have time, I do take my time and I scrub the dirt off of them. I don't know, I guess the consistency of when y'all put them in, when it's put in the microwave compared to just putting it back in some boiling water for the same amount of time, the consistency is completely different to me. Now this is just a quick lunch for me. I'm not trying to be all day because I'm hungry. I'm starting to get hangry. Now that's done enough for me. Now this will be the time that if you want your tomato sauce on here, this will be the best time to add it. Just throw it on there, stir it up, let it heat up with the eye off. The best butter that I think to use, but they don't have it in plant-based, is that Parquet, because you can just squirt it on there and it's already like almost already melted. I love it. Let me get a little more butter on my potato and then add some. I like butter. And I think this plant-based butter is healthier for me than just biting out a regular baking butter that I used to use to bake with, because I have changed. So I got my organic plant-based Kobe Jack cheese. Now my kids used all my shredded cheese up. They did. So I wound up having to take my slices with my knife and just cut me some little strips up. Now this Kobe Jack, you don't have to use Kobe Jack. Like I said, when you're cooking for yourself, you get to add and take away what you want, what you like. Now you see me using a pinch of salt. It's called layering. So we're just layering seasoning on there, so when you bite down into it, every layer is actually seasoned and you're not missing out on anything. And you know, you're going to stir it up anyway. You're not going to be biting into just a chunk of salt, because the heat is going to melt the kosher salt down on top of that. Now, if you don't like the thick chunks of kosher salt, you don't have to get it. They do have it in extra fine. I use the extra fine for when I do my, for school I had to get it for baking. So we got that. Keep dropping my mushrooms on the stove. Add the rest of my cheese. And then we have it a quick, plant-based lunch. So I know I'm in school. I'm supposed to be doing more recipes with you guys. I'm going to show you guys how to make butter also, because where I'm at now, I'm no longer where I was at. I'm at now, it's a higher price of living. So the butter and everything, the cost of food out here is a little higher. So I will be utilizing making my own vegan butter. And there we go. We have our a potato. Make sure that's off. I got a tendency of burning myself for no reason. You want to taste it?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
You just gonna watch me taste
I
it?
just ate that. What you call it?
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually really good. I'm gonna get full off this. I might have to take a nap. No, serious. Like some of the stuff that I have cooked, that's plant-based, I didn't like it that much. Only ate like a little bit of it and was like, yeah, I'm good. This is actually really, really good. And this is all leftover, so we're not wasting food. We're not throwing anything away. Everything is getting utilized. And there you have it, a quick Ratatouille stuffed cheesy potato. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, keep it short, keep it cute, and keep cooking. Until next time. Bye. Don't just photobomb.